This week on TCU News Now.
TCU police address this year's rise in reported sexual assaults on campus.
Plus, see how students are helping kids learn to dream outside of the box.
Also, students can bank on a new change coming to campus.
From the Bob Schieffer College of Communication, this is TCU News Now.
Hello and welcome to TCU News Now. I'm Tyler Shahan.
And I'm Joey McReynolds. There have been 10 reported sexual assaults at TCU since school began in August. This ties the number for most reported cases in a school year. Evan Watson has the story.
Thanks, Joey. TCU police sent out 2 sexual assault crime alerts in the past month, the latest from a reported assault on Valentine's Day. I sat down with TCU Police Sergeant Kelly Ham and Counselor Eric Wood to talk about the prevalence of reported sexual assaults on campus. Here's what they had to say.
We've been getting more reported this year than I've seen in my 30-year career. I don't know if the reporting system is better or if the victims are just coming forward more often on their own, but we have seen an increase.
But TCU does a really good job about educating students about reporting, like the Need to Know program that every first-year student has to go. There's just a section about sexual assault.
I'm seeing more cases now where they do want police involvement. It's about a 50-50 now. I would think that the 50% that want police involvement don't want it to happen to somebody else, so they want the suspect apprehended.
We would want you to go to the hospital, just because, they can really give you a good evidence once medicine and medical treatment, because a lot of people might have injuries that they don't even realize that they have.
It's common for men or women who've been sexually assaulted to delay reporting.
You have to think, if you just went through a traumatic experience, it's not the natural desire to go, oh, let's tell somebody about that. Just don't feel like you have to do this by yourself. And there's a lot of resources on campus. Even if they went and told a trusted faculty member, the faculty member would know, contact Campus Life and do everything. If you have an experience with this and you are a survivor, you have family here that will help you.
We're here to help. That's our only goal, is to help the victim.
You have to put the responsibility on the people who commit these crimes. Them not committing those crimes is the one thing that's going to stop it. And if that was the atmosphere, like, hey, if you do this, it's most likely going to be reported as consequences, that could be a huge deterrent as well.
It's just common sense to me. I don't understand the crime. No means no.
Ham and Wood emphasized the resources available on campus for sexual assault survivors. Informing an RA, hall director, Campus Life, or the TCU Police are all helpful options for reporting a sexual assault. Also, SJ's Not on My Campus campaign will return this spring, aiming to end the silence of sexual assault. Back to you, Tyler.
The TCU V-Day campaign continues raising its voice against violence toward women. Every year, the campaign hosts the Vagina Monologues, but this is the first time men join the stage. This year's performance included a collection of pieces written by and for women and men. Performer Kyle Montgomery says the presence of men on this year's stage added a valuable perspective and opportunity for serious discussions. Harris College of Nursing and Health Sciences narrows down their dean search to just 3 candidates. Dr. Kathleen Bradshaw LaSala spoke at the open forum yesterday about building excellence in each area of the Harris College program. Dr. J. Dirk Nelson visited TCU's campus last week to discuss the importance of developing relationships and learning. The final candidate, Dr. Susan Mace Weeks, the Associate Dean of Harris College at TCU, is scheduled to speak on February 19th. The university will choose the new dean by the end of this month.
Students are gathering to learn real-life after-college skills. True Life I'm Graduating is a 3-part speaker series focusing on concepts like budgeting and how to establish credit. It was founded as part of the BNSF Next Generation Leadership Program offered by the Neely School of Business. The first session was held Monday, and the next sessions are scheduled for March 24th and April 15th from 5 to 6 p.m. in Smith 204. Students can register on OrgSync. Student Government Association created a new committee on Tuesday to improve sustainability efforts on campus. The committee hopes to see changes such as getting rid of paper agendas at SGA meetings, adding paper bag options at Union grounds, and creating a sustainability education program for students. Currently, more than 70% of waste on campus is recycled. Students who bank with J.P. Morgan Chase are in luck.
SGA passed a resolution Tuesday supporting adding a Chase ATM on campus. Student body treasurer Lydia Longoria authored the resolution. JP Morgan Chase Bank is the largest bank operating in Texas.
Longoria said it made sense to support the resolution because of its widespread use. She also said she would like to see it in the New Blue or the library.
TCU student body president is making history as he is the first to serve 2 terms since 1966. Finance and economics double major Cody Westfall joined SGA as a treasurer in 2012 during his second year at TCU. Westfall said he is not too concerned about leaving a legacy, but he wants his programs to make a lasting impact.
If people remember me as a good guy who left the place a little bit better than I found it and empowered other people to make the real difference, then that's great.
The last 2-term president at TCU was John McDonald from 1964 to 1966.
Students are coming together to inspire kids to dream outside the box.
Tori Whitley joins us in the newsroom with the story. Tori, is this an organization on campus?
Yeah, Tyler. It's a student-led organization where students from different majors are joining together to put an end to a new kind of desert, dream deserts.
Students work together to endorse children to dream big. Dream Outside the Box was founded by Cam Phillips in 2009 while she was an undergraduate at the University of Missouri. Her goal is to reach out to children in areas that she calls dream deserts.
A dream desert is a place where kids don't have access to educational or extracurricular opportunities to the capacity that we'd like to see them.
To help put an end to dream deserts, Dream Outside the Box sends college students from various majors to endorse different fields of study as well as different career opportunities. Robert Hillary, the program coordinator, says volunteering with this nonprofit is different than volunteering with other organizations.
I wanted to do something that would give back to a community and give back in a way that I could see the impact of it firsthand. And Dream Outside the Box does that. You get to interact with the kids and then see how their lives are changed while you're working with them. And it's an amazing, rewarding experience.
Allie Tashuk, a junior nutrition major, volunteered with Dream Outside the Box at its first meeting of the semester. She helped teach the children how to make guacamole and talked about healthy eating habits. And when working with kids, a high energy level is key.
A lot of energy, a lot of excitement though. You really just have to do hands-on things. It's very different switching gears from, you're learning in a lecture hall to they need to be doing stuff all the time.
Phillips says that children may not see other options for the future unless they experience a piece of it first.
I believe you can only dream what you've seen. If you've never seen engineering or you've never seen entrepreneurship, then that's not always going to be an option to you or something that you identify with. It's important to me that our kids understand that they can be anything that they want to be as long as they imagine it, dream it, and they can make it so.
And it looks like the children are seeing other options.
Kevin, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A math person, a nurse.
Volunteers go to Como Community Center Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. The Dream Outside the Box headquarters was established in Fort Worth in 2012. There are 6 active university chapters, including TCU. Live in the newsroom, I'm Tori Whitley, TCU News Now.
When TCU News Now returns, see how a student is inspiring others through her journey with cancer.
Also, find out what students think the name of the new multi-purpose facility should be.
I would name it the Food Court.
Look around you. This is what opportunity looks like. For the dreamers, the doers, for those who exceed expectations. The path you follow is the one you make for yourself. We share these experiences. We share these possibilities. What you take from here will stay with you, always. Opportunity is waiting. Let's get started.
The construction of TCU's first parking garage is underway, and Lot 5 is no more.
Major Projects Director Harold Lehman says the garage will be 6 stories tall. It's set to blend in with TCU's architecture.
He also says students will have to swipe into the garage with their student IDs. The garage will open in the fall with 950 parking spots, 600 of which will be for students.
The TCU campus is expanding. The university purchased some land across from the bookstore. Vice Chancellor of Finance and Administration, Brian Gutierrez, said the purchase was a quick decision and the area will eventually be developed as student parking. No word on how much TCU paid for the property, but it has an assessed value of just over $113,000.
The university still hasn't chosen a name for the new multi-purpose facility in Worth Hills. However, students have taken the job of naming the building into their own hands. Take a look.
The newest addition to campus still stands as a nameless structure weeks after its grand opening. TCU Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs said there are two ways the building could be named: if someone invests in the university or if someone invested specifically in the multi-purpose facility. Currently, no name has formally been determined by TCU, but the building seems to already have been named by students.
Blue 2's caught on really quickly. I know that's what most people call it.
Something like Blue 2 or something like that. And then attach whoever pays the most money on top of it.
You know, I mean, a lot of people call it Blue 2 because, you know, that's just the colloquial name for it. I think it'll probably be called that, you know, even after they give it a name.
I don't know, I'd probably call it just the new blue. That's what everyone else calls it.
Yeah, Blue 2. Like the second blue, the new one, or new blue, either one.
Although some students favor the names Blue 2 or the New Blue, other students have some different titles in mind.
I would say I would name it the Food Court.
Ooh, I think probably the red, because it's like the blue and then it's like the red or something. And then together it makes purple, so.
Actually, some people call it the lily pad, especially because of the table up there, which is kind of funny. I know the guys probably wouldn't like that, but I think it's cute and funny because it's just like the frogs hang out here and study and whatnot. So, I mean, that's a creative name.
The fate of the facility's name is still uncertain, but what is certain is that students and faculty are ready to have a name established for the building that they dine, study, and socialize in.
Well, honestly, I don't know what it's called right now, and it's kind of confusing because everyone calls it different things. So if there's a clear name, that'd be good.
The multipurpose building definitely needs to be changed because they need a donor or something to name it after, maybe.
What we've got to do with that is find a name for it. Multipurpose building doesn't exactly sound sexy, does it? I mean, it's...
The university hopes to find a name for the new building by the Board of Trustees meeting in April.
The smallest fraternity at TCU is working to increase its numbers. Lambda Theta Phi was first launched in 2002 with 6 founding members. Today, those numbers stand at only 2. The members are inviting male students interested in joining to attend the information sessions they are hosting. The president of the organization says graduated members help them stay afloat while they wait for the next class of members, which they are expecting this year. Sigma Lambda Alpha's Stroll-Off is expected to have more Panhellenic participation than ever before. Teams come from all over Texas to participate in the Stroll-Off. The event is a dance competition where Greek organizations from all councils compete for the Senorita Trophy. The Stroll-Off will be in the Brown-Lupton University Union Auditorium at 7 p.m. on February 20th. Admission is $5 for students wearing Greek letters and $7 for those who aren't.
TCU Frogs for the Cure group presented a check for $185,000 to Susan G. Komen, Greater Fort Worth, on Tuesday. The group had a 2015 kickoff celebration with streamers and confetti to take a look at what they accomplished just last year. They also revealed plans for the 2015 music video. It will feature the song Ain't No Mountain High Enough, sung by Luke Wade from The Voice.
A TCU student is inspiring people nationwide through her battle with cancer.
Caitlin White has the story.
Thanks, Tyler. TCU student Galen Story is using her blog to reach thousands of people across the nation as she talks about her journey with cancer. It's her message of positivity, strength, and faith that has people talking.
Get well soon, Miss Galen. We miss you, from Elaine, with a pretty little flower.
Galen Story was once a typical college student, being able to attend classes and hang out with friends. However, when Story found a lump on her body in the beginning of the fall semester, she didn't know how her life would change.
She was in surgery and they biopsied her tumor and actually found out that it was cancerous.
Story was diagnosed on October 8th with alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma.
That was one of the hardest days, I think, because that really hit home. Like, it made it real.
2 weeks after her first chemotherapy treatment, her hair started to fall out.
I went and just scratched right here on the bottom of my head, and a piece of hair fell out. And I was like, well, it's happening. And so I was in the hospital and waited until I got out of the hospital, and I didn't even like wash my hair or anything. And my mom bought a buzzer, and we just buzzed it all off. Or I cut it really short, did really ugly bangs, cut it like Miley Cyrus and buzzed it off.
Despite losing her hair and going through chemotherapy treatments, she has remained positive and has continued to inspire others.
She's like, this is what God gave me, and like, this is how I'm going to handle it. This isn't going to be my pity party.
I don't think she realizes it, but I think she's really inspiring a lot of people.
Story's positivity can be seen on her blog, Becoming Gold: Ramblings of a Cancer Patient. More than 20,000 people have viewed the blog, despite Story's opinion of her own ability to inspire others.
I would have thought, there's no way that I'm not that strong person that gets cancer and that fights it and that is super inspirational about the way she does it.
Even though Story is scheduled to get chemo until mid-September, her 12-week scans show that she is responding to treatment.
Really good news that the cancer's gone. There was no evidence of cancer in my scan.
Story hopes to return back to TCU next semester, but with a new companion.
Puppy Story is coming in 2015.
You know, what a story. And it's great that she's improving, and she seems so upbeat about everything.
I couldn't agree more, and I can imagine she can't wait to return back to TCU's campus. To read more about Galen's story and her plans for the future, check out this Thursday's Skiff and TCU360.com.
Next week, TCU News Now's Jeanette Quesada will sit down with one of Market Square's employees who shares her experience battling cancer.
And that's all we have for you on this week's TCU News Now.
Thanks for watching.